I sure hope so. Hi guys. So this is a live stream. If it's 12:30 Monday on your clock, you made it. If you're watching it at a different time, I might be talking to people that are chatting with me. So next time, if you want to be in the chat, be here on time, okay? Hi. Who's there? Let me check. Well, be on live chat, everyone. That always kills me. I mean, it doesn't kill me. You know what I mean. I never do it. Good night. Hi, Claudia. Hi, Lulu. Oh my gosh, I'm going to see you so soon. Hi, Rose. Hi, Judy. Hello, Frido. Hello, Janneke. Paul is here. Hi. I don't think I've seen you in the lives before. I might have. I'm a lazy looker. Never mind. It's hard for me to see sometimes. Hi, Susan. Hi, Kim. Klunk. Yeah, my side, everybody. This is one of the, it's not the last live, but I won't be here for sure the couple Mondays. I'm leaving tomorrow, no, Wednesday morning for Spokane in Washington. I will help Tara from Pieces of Tara Artistry. She has a retreat. I think it's sold out. I don't know. She's pretty booked. So if you want to come and join her, she does a lot of texture stuff. This will be coming weekend, and I'll be the helper. And then she will be staying and helping me for my retreat, which will be the weekend after, 30th. And I still have a spot left. So, I don't know. If you want to come, you're welcome to. It's going to be fun. It's going to be the group so far. All my favorite people. Just you are missing. Okay, shut up. Where are we? Anybody new? Oh, I told everybody to be in live chat. Who didn't do it? Jessica didn't. Actually, on the iPad, you have to select all messages. Hi, Deborah. Hi, Mike. All right, so I wanted to mix up paints, and then I realized I have still a bunch. So let's check what I have and use whatever you tell me to. Or whatever I decide to use. The ones from last week were kind of cool, right? I don't even remember what we did last week, but I remember we spent a lot of time figuring out what colors I should use. Oh, obviously. So this was the second one that we did, and I'm loving this. Just love it. And that led me to a whole series. So the next 3 videos on a Friday will be with kind of this color palette. This is not one of them that I'll show you, but I did this with all the other ones. Sometimes I don't make sense. Yep. All right. Where was last week? Splatter. Let's see. What do we have here? I've got, this is a Tri-Art Indian Yellow. This is, excuse my dirty cups, this is Gilded by TLP. It's one of their best golds, I think. It's kind of antique-y, but also bright and shiny. I like it a lot. This is Prussian Blue. I think I'm going to skip that one. I want it bright and happy. even though you know contrasting colors are important. This is blue turquoise, Amsterdam. This guy here is Nova paint, Nova color, and it is hot pink. I think when I ordered this, I actually thought it's gonna be a hot pink, and my hot pinks are different than these. I don't know about your hot pinks, but that's not what I expected. Still gonna use it because I got like 16 ounces of it. This little beauty here is Green Gold by Golden. Love this color. Don't use it a lot because green, you know. Let's see. Okay, you will all. Your job is to tell me what colors I need to use by the end of me showing you all the colors that I have here. Hi Bill, hi Jerry, hi Susan, hi Carol. Look at all you people. I'm so lucky. Okay, this needs a stir. And this is bluish gray or grayish blue. Never able to remember. So again, my retreat, I will go. Everybody who signed up for the retreat knows the bloom recipe. If there's somebody who is a beginner, totally take care of that. That is the beauty of this kind of retreat, because it's just gonna be 12 people plus me. That are there, so I have a lot of space, a lot of time to get into every questions anybody has. So that's wonderful. I love that when the big happenings, I'm just gonna open all those things here. The big happenings, if a class, so there's a potential of 20 people in a class, and if they don't sell out, even though it's not very good for my business, because, you know, my payout, I want to say, I love it because we can learn and get into way more things. Okay. Doop-de-doop-de-doo, boo. What is all this? Okay, those are, sometimes by the end of the day and I just have a little bit left in the cup, I just put them all in one. This looks like there's a copper in there. This is nickel azo gold or golden yellow. And then it looks like azo yellow. I'm gonna mix this up, and maybe we're not gonna use it, or we're gonna use it. I don't know. You're gonna tell me. Then I have, this is hammerhead mixed with cottontail. This guy here is a Pearlex pigment. It is, what was the name of this? Pearlex, Duo Violet Brass. It's this guy. Good pigments. Kind of forgot about them because, you know, the TLPs kind of took over. This is a beautiful shade though, and it's fairly thick, so I might not be using this. Might be too old, even though it gets better and better the more I mix it. It's very pretty. It's like this antique-y, lilac-y, lavendery. Deep. Okay, maybe put that aside. Okay. Hi, Claudia. Hi, Priya. I'm showing up on the small screen because I have my canvas horizontally. No, the other way, vertical. YouTube gives you the option, and they actually push the vertical videos more than the landscape ones. And I kind of alternate for the people who watching this on the phone or on the iPad. For those people, this way is better. So I'm gonna go back and forth, not today, but in the lives. That is the reason. I'm just trying to make it reasonable for everybody. That's kind of my problem. This is the conglomeration. Hi, Tundra. Oh, I'm so glad. Hi, Fluid Dubai. Are you really in Dubai? That's far away. This has so many boogers in it. Let's put this aside. Okay, where? So then I have a Diox Purple. I should hurry up a little bit, sorry. Diox Purple. This might be too, this is too thick too. Yes. I think that's it. I have another way. I have copper. It might be a little bit too much. No, let's stop it here. Let's stop it. I do have what I call a hot pink. This is fluorescent magenta, and this is a lightened up teal. I think we're okay with what I've opened. What do you think? Let me open these. This is, no idea. It's interference color for sure. Let's add one. It could either be aquamarine or not. Too thick. I'm not going to use it. I am going to use it, but not right now. So this seems like they got a drop of blue in it, and this might be velvet. This is the interference blue, and some kind of paint got dripped into it, so it has a little bit of a light blue shade. So, what should I use? Fluo Magenta. Okay, just reading your comments right there. 12 by 9. I like this size. It's, you know, for experiments or for when I'm not truly knowing what I'm gonna do or experimenting, trying to find a color palette. I always go, I rarely go smaller. That is really, I mean, shut up. Cheers. Okay, so let me flip you over. Hi, Susan. Hi, other Susan. Excuse my hands. Flip you over. There is the canvas, and then hopefully I'll get you on my tripod. And I will put this in the right. Yeah, I can also zoom you in. Perfect. Okay, what do you think? I'm voting definitely yellow, teal. How about those for sure? I want the gold. How about this? And then we need kind of a darker color for some contrast. So how about we do the Diox Purple? Because that is dark. And then how about, so we have a little bit of interference in here. Let me find the booger that I just saw. There it is. Let's just use this too. Not sure if that's the right shade, but we will find out. What do you think? Okay? Hammerhead? Nah, let's just keep it simple. This guy? This might be it. Nah. Okay, sounds good. I think Lulu. Okay, wait. Purple. Paul wants some Prussian blue in there. Where did I put the Prussian blue? Oh, I never opened it. It did, because I said no Prussian blue. But I'm also thinking Paul should get what he wants. There we go. D'accord, everyone? Let's do it. Great. Maybe I'm not using this guy. Although it would fit with the Prussian blue. Yeah, okay. Never mind. I didn't say a word. Okay, so where was I? I did something. I wanted to say something. Oh, Lulu asked where Lynn is. She said last week that she's not gonna be here for the next 3 weeks. I think she does her big train ride to friends and family, and then we're gonna meet her in a week at the lake. Ooh, let me add the pillow paint. Ooh, Joyce, that sounds good. I love enchiladas. Okay. You know how hard it is to find the right amount of pillow paint. It's super, especially with when you're about to add a lot of colors, you want to use less of the pillow paint because you will add a lot. Unless you want to spin and stretch the S out of it, then the more pillow paint, the better. But I'm gonna do some really sorry, had to concentrate. I will add a lot of paint, so I use less of the pillow paint. Is that what I wanted to say? I sure hope so. Maybe a bit more. In the end, I really like straight lines more than wigglers. This is my green. And then, how about some teal? Let's put that here. Covering up the green, but don't you worry, it'll come back. Just scraping that all back into my spreader. What's the next one? Let's do the pink. Smelling something. It smells like somebody's smoking. Weird. Oh. So that's my hot pink, which is more like, I don't know what you call that. Semi-hot pink. Hi, Terry, I want to come in? There she is. Sorry, guys. Just let the dog in. If anybody wants to know who let the dog in, it was me. Duh. Okay. Let's add more. Oh, here, the gold. Gilded, super pretty. Priya. Lulu, that's possible, yeah. So Priya, her PPG is Illin, which probably means thin. After the colors dry, small squiggly pillow paint floats up, like through the other colors. I used the same colors with my recycled pillow paint and all was well. I would just let the PPG sit, like when you open it and it is really thin, I let it sit for a while, months. I age my pillow paint because I think the thin the thin consistency of that paint is when the paint is fresh. That is my personal theory, but so far it always helped. I open up a bottle and it's a can and it's super thin. I leave it, put it aside, and open it back up in a few months. And so far, my paints are way better. They thicken up and work great. Give it a try, Priya. Maybe that's what it is. So this is my Diox Purple. And I'm actually just editing my videos for next couple of Prussian blue. Wait, Friday videos. And I was just saying that it might not even, this is also, I love layering the paints like this, but I'm not sure if it really matters because you will swipe over it. And I think this is the interference color. That it does, you might not see all these lines as distinct as they are right now, but it will definitely do something. You're layering paints in a certain way. And let's just see how this works out. There we go. That should be plenty, right? I'm not sure, but let's do some yellow on top. That might make it muddy. Or not. We'll see. Palette knife, please. Somebody hand me a palette knife. Oh, there's it. Okay. I love using the boom gel for the scoop and drag craziness. So I need a new palette knife. This is too dirty. And this one will not go off. There we go. What did I just say? Oh. Boom gel. First, this is white cell activator. Fairly thick. Mouse train Floetrol is really thick. That happens. This is boom gel. You can't really tell anymore, but trust me, it is. Hi, Dawn. Yes, Paul, it's probably way too much paint. Way too much, but I just can't stop sometimes. So we're gonna lose a bunch of this, but also we're gonna be able to tilt a lot and change the composition. And that's what I was trying to say in the beginning. This is the boom gel. I should have probably used even less pillow paint, and it is hard for me. This a small canvas, I'm not really used to using small canvases, so there's that too. Let me start with just one right in the middle over the yellow, grabbing that teal color, trying to be parallel and then not pressing too much. I'm just skimming the surface. The reason why I'm doing that is I don't want a lot of interruption. I don't want to move my paints too much, but enough so cells are getting created. And the reason is when you move your palette knife over it and you press, you have a little more pressure. That way you move the paint more, you stretch it out more, you thin your layers. And if you want to scoop it up and drag it out, you're gonna stretch the paint again. So the littler pressure I use, the more I have there that will be able to be stretched. Does that make any sense? Priya, what does boom gel do when you apply under CA? Well, you mean what I just did? That's what happens. Smart ass, I know. Okay, let's pick up some. Okay, see those lines? I love those. If I go over those, you know, it makes total sense. If I scoop it up and put it over the lines, they are more or less gone. If I started over here to be able to pick up those lines too, I might be able to save some of them. Yeah, tiny bit. But that's how I usually go with those lines, because like I said, you lose a lot of the stuff that you have down there. Oh, I like this. So, hello Simona. What was I saying? Something. Let me load up my palette knife again. Let's hope it comes back to me. There's this. Oh, I was gonna answer Priya's question. Boom gel is nothing else but a acrylic paint. It is fairly thick, but thin enough to use it in your, it says it's a ready to pour paint. I've never used, since I don't do other pours, I have no idea how it works for that. But with what I'm doing, so the boom gel, yeah, it is just like all the other colors. Not really a difference other than it is a tad thicker, and that makes it cling to the cell activator. So the white will be surrounded by the black, at least where it touches the white. In addition, the black boom gel is very, very stretchy. So I can stretch my boom gel long, long ways without it losing its quality. You know how you sometimes when you overstretch things, like here, it becomes kind of like coarse. That's because it's been stretched so much that the binder and the pigments don't hold anymore. Not with the boom gel. Okay, let's go this way. Sellability, fallibility, both good words. There, pretty. Let's see. There's a lot going on, but I don't wanna lose these. Let's go in here. Let's stop right away. And let's move these down a bit more. Another cool thing that happens with the scoop and drags is that whatever you scooping up and dragging out will become a little bit transparent. And sometimes you see whatever is underneath, and it can look really cool. Not always, but most of the times. So there we have, I did not like what I was doing there. So you can just cover it up. As always, it's hard to know when to stop. I kind of want to do this here. I think what really helps is leaving solid patches. You know, this will still be expanding. Sometimes it's a surprise of how much it will expand. It helps me a lot to put my puddle into a shape. It helps my dyslexic brain a lot. Because now I know, okay, this is the shape of the painting after it's spun out as well. I'm gonna take you down. These cells are just too nuts to not be shown. There. So right now, it's usually a rule of thumb of mine is your composition will grow 3 times as big, which means that a third of my canvas will be covering the whole canvas. If I spun it now, the way the force works is around the center of my spinner. So if you centered the canvas on your spinner, the center will turn. The paint in the center will basically just turn around itself while the outer edges fly off. It should all be what's the word? I'm missing it again. Where's my tweezers? Because there's a bubble that needs to be popped. Where where was I? You guys, if you have questions while I'm painting, it's hard to be aware of the questions. So once I do a flyover this piece, ask your questions then, because then we're gonna make sure that I'll see them. So if you already asked a question that I missed, go again in like 10 minutes. Where was I? Oh, a third of my painting here will be shown on the canvas. If I spun now, everything is gonna move equally, so we're gonna lose everything that's around here. A third of my canvas now is what is in my fingers right now. So this part here will cover the canvas. Obviously that's not always true. It's just an estimate of how many paints are on there, and also a little bit of experience. It's not always right, but it's an estimate. It helps. So if I don't know what to do, if I'm not sure about my composition, so I give it a baby spin. If I know what I'm doing, if I know what I want on my canvas to be shown after it's spun, I pick that spot out. And so right now, see how this is all cold and blue and this is warm and yellow. If I want more yellow than blue, obviously I will have to push stuff over here. Otherwise, within like 10 spins, all my yellow will be gone. So those are things that you have to be aware of. And that's what the tilting is for. So I will be also loosening up the paint a little bit. Another thing, if I don't want to lose any of those sides, not here, not there, what do? You tilt this way and that way to get your paint off that way. So that is a good idea, Jessica. Let's do this. At the same time, I watch my composition for fluidity. See how there was a bend in there. Now I straightened that bend out. This guy here has a bend in it now. By pushing it back, I'm able to straighten it somewhat. I do kind of like the movement. But I honestly do not want to lose a bunch of my top and bottom. I will push this back into the corners because we do need some paint over here. And don't you worry, there's enough paint on here to get rid of all what's on the sides. So I'm a little bit worried about this blob here. I do like it with whatever is here all together, but this is already looking a bit muddy. Yeah, I'm just gonna go for it. Give it a tiny... Oh, Lynn, I thought you would not be here. Not that I'm complaining. I'm gonna give it a baby spin. And then once one side, here in this case, runs over, I stop to look at it and gegebenenfalls, I don't know the English word, push it back. Let's see how that opened up nicely. I didn't like this at first, but I now do. What am I gonna do, you guys? I might have to just spin it the way it is. Whoa. Okay, now what is more important to me? Those lines or those lines? I do not want to lose my yellow. So I think I'm gonna push it this way. just a tad. We're still gonna be tilting more. Can you see the gold already? Yeah, there's still a lot of paint. See how fast it moves. So Paul, you're totally right. I should have used way less. Pushing it back because I want to keep... Do I see a booger? I see a couple boogers. Because I want to keep the flow. Ew. There we go. Messed it up a bit. Oh well. So second one that's down here. Ew. And then popping some bubbles. The cool thing is you can get space avocados with this too. All right. Okay, wait. Let me check. Let's figure out the focal point, which would be kind of this, right? I really want my focal point right in the middle, so I will change that by going, even though I'm gonna risk losing more of my yellow, just a tad down. Was that a good idea? Yeah, let's just do it. Whee! So now I can obviously spin a little bit more rigorous, more powerful. Yep. That's cool. That is really cool. Okay, let's see. Hi, Dawn. Yeah, thank you. Hi, Beth. The pink is Hot Pink by Nova Color, which is not, we established that early on. It's not that hot. It's pink. It's semi-hot pink. I love that. I love it. This part, like I said, that was worrying me. It's still kind of weird, but it also helps calming everything a bit down. Let's push this back up. Let's see how much paint is left. I think we're pretty good on the paint. It's not... And this pouring medium, you guys, it's the same as last week. It's Sherwin-Williams Infinity with triple thick varathane. Let's clean the edges a bit. And then I'm gonna check on the depth of my paint. I just poke it, and it's so it's between this. It's like 30 seconds, which could be totally fine. Oh, there's a booger, I think. I'm gonna risk it. I will give it one more spin. Always ready to stop it. Stuff came over. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it like this. Well, that's cool. I'm not doing enough of those geometrical blooms. I still hate the name. Let's clean the bottom. And then I will have you have a look at it close, and then you're welcome to just shoot with your questions. And then you see here, see the edge? No, I was just gonna try to show you how stretchy that boom gel is. Judy, thank you. Okay, let me get you down. Sorry, my phone says the orientation is wrong. Hi, it's me. I'm just gonna give my phone a second to adjust. Now I'm gonna flip you over again. And there we go. Whew. Okay, let me start with the edge. And that's what I mean. See how black the boom gel still is? There is like, it's just amazing. Here we go. This is the gilded. Let me try to find a good. Not sure if you can see it, but it's so sparkly. Loving this part. There's some peacocky cells in there. And then this is when I like the boom gel the most. So there's the white cell activator, and there's a surrounding black line of boom gel. Focus phone. And it makes it look almost like a drawing. And what does it to me is, yes, I lost a bunch of my yellow, but it's still enough here. I revealed a bunch here, which is fine. So I'm happy. Lynn, you're so funny. Yeah, I like it. Damn. Let me, back into fat finger alert. There we go. Happy colors. Yes, I need happy colors lately. It's also summer. Summer's, blah, blah, blah. Well, what is next? Thank you, guys. Well, that's oh, thank you. Blah blah blah. I like this a lot. It's crazy, but for a small painting. Now let me show you one more thing, because there's one thing that I really like with this technique. It is when the cells get. It was a completely. Oh, those words don't come easy to me, do they? even swipe, even or more, the cells were all the same, kinda. And then once you scoop them up and drag them out, you change the shape. So here is what the cells used to look like. And then in the middle here, this is where I scooped it up and drug it out. They stayed small and they become bigger on the outside. Same on this side when I drag this out. And that gives it just such a spectacular movement. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say. That's why I like this. Uniform. Thank you. English is not my first language, in case you didn't know. Susan, I will probably sell it. Yeah, those small, yeah, I sell all my paintings. If you want it, shoot me an email. Thank you, Claudia. Thank you. Well, have a good day. All of you have a good day. I'll have a video on the next Fridays. I will not be here on Mondays. Unless the internet connection at the lake has gotten way better, then it might be a possibility because paints are there, canvas is there. I'll have my phone. Yeah. I will. This one? Judy is asking about this one. I can show it to you closer. It just dried. It's not what I intended to do, as always, as most of the times. Yeah, it's a little bit of scooping and dragging in one direction. And wow, it has the gilded in there too, and copper. Looks kind of cool. You guys go. I love you all. Hi, Danielle, and thank you. Thank you, Janneke. I love you all. Bye-bye. Where do there?